The hallway was only 5 or 6 feet wide. On each side, there were 3 or 4 rooms, all with closed doors. Only one door was slightly open. On the door across from the open one, the words Archive Room were clearly written. 木兰花 walked carefully down the hallway until she reached the open door. The person who had been walking back and forth inside was still doing it. She also heard people talking inside. Number 3 has arrived. Do you know what this special job is about? No, don't ask too many questions. Don't talk too much. The voices inside the room became quiet. The people working there were clearly not very important in the spy agency, as they didn't even know the details of this special job. But even not so important people would surely shout if they saw someone opening the archive room door across the hall with a master key. She looked at the archive room door, so close she could almost touch it. And from her experience, she already knew what kind of key was needed for that lock. She could open the archive room door in just 2 seconds, but she didn't get the chance. She waited for a few minutes, but the people in that room clearly didn't plan to close their door. 木兰花 quietly went back to the rooftop. How was it? Mu Xizhen asked, worried. Nothing. 木兰花 shook her head. Oh, this is bad. Mu Xizhen said, accidentally hitting the big water tank with her fist. She hit it once, making a thump, and quickly pulled her hand back, giving a sad smile. Sister Mulanhua, don't scold me. Mulanhua jumped forward, lightly tapped the water tank with her finger, and smiled. Xiuzhen, I won't scold you. I must thank you. Thank me? Yes, you've given me an idea. I've given you an idea? Mu Xiuzhen was even more confused. Look, this big water tank holds at least 1,000 gallons of water, and it's full. Ah, I understand. Quiet. Mulanhua stopped Mu Xiuzhen from saying more. She took a multi-tool knife from her bag. She used its tip to strongly dig at a metal joint. Soon, water shot out. The metal joint was loose. Then, the water pouring out became stronger. After Mulanhua pulled off a piece of metal the size of her hand, the water in the tank poured out like a flood. Mulanhua singled to Mu Xiuzhen, and both jumped to the door, closing it. In less than 3 minutes, water was leaking under the door downstairs. In less than 2 more minutes, someone shouted, Oh no, it's flooded! The rooftop water tank is leaking! Go check it out! Don't forget to turn off the photoelectric switch. Many footsteps sounded, and the door opened. A man ran out, but as he took 1 step, Mulanhua stepped forward. She pointed the handle of her flashlight at the man's back, near his kidney, and said in a deep voice, Don't move. I have a gun on you. The man immediately raised his hands high. Shout loudly. Say the leak in the tank is too big, and you can't fix it alone. Tell everyone to come up. Shout! The man paused. You won't shout? The flashlight pressed harder against his waist. Shout! 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 The man almost cried. If you don't do what I say, I'll shoot you right now. You all come up quickly. The man's voice was full of tears. The leak in the water tank is too big. I can't fix it alone. You all come up. As soon as the man finished shouting, Mulanhua hit his neck with her hand. The man swayed and fell. As he fell, another person ran up, but Mu Xizhen was already waiting at the door. As the person stepped out, Mu Xizhen hit him with a brick, and he went limp. Mu Xizhen pulled him away. A third person followed, and Mulanhua used the same move to knock him down. The fourth person hadn't even stepped out of the door when Mulanhua rushed over. On the dark stairs, she crashed into the person, grabbed his clothes, hit his neck hard, and left him on the stairs. 4 people were dealt with. She thought she had about 2 minutes, because after 2 minutes, the water would definitely leak downstairs to the 2nd floor, and the people there would come up to check. Then there would be no way out. So she had used every second of these 2 minutes. She jumped down a few steps, ran into the hallway, already holding the right key in her hand. Reaching the archive room door, she immediately unlocked it, pushed the door open, went in, and closed the door behind her. The moment she entered, she turned on her flashlight. Looking around, she first saw a projector. Then, next to the projector were 2 film containers. Mulanhua didn't have time to check if these were the right ones. She stepped forward, grabbed the 2 containers, immediately turned around, opened the door, and ran into the hallway. The hallway was full of water, which was already flowing towards the 2nd floor. She quickly jumped up the stairs. Muxi Shuzhen was already coming closer. Got it. Let's go. Muxi Shuzhen went back towards the edge of the rooftop, then quickly slid down the drainpipe pour. Mulanhua also immediately reached the edge of the rooftop. Before she even climbed over the stone fence, she could hear voices from the rooftop door. Hey, why is the floor all wet? Where did everyone go? Mulanhua knew there was no time to lose. She jumped over the stone fence and slid quickly down the drainpipe, reaching the ground shortly after Muxi Zhunan. As soon as they were on the ground, they ran towards the alley entrance. But just as they reached the alley entrance, they heard someone on the rooftop shout, "Stop! Stop!" 2 more steps forward would lead them out of the alley, but gunshots rang out at that moment. The first bullet hit the film container Mulanhua held in her left hand. The bullet went through the film, immediately making a puff of smoke. Mulanhua threw the container away, ducked low, and was already out of the alley. Luckily, Chen Jiali's car was parked at the alley entrance. That car stopped 7 or 8 bullets, letting them run across the street. The 2 ran to their borrowed car, jumped in, and without even closing the doors, sped away. They drove, turning many times, making 5 turns in total. Looking back, no one was chasing them, so they slowed the car to normal speed. Muxi Yuzhen sighed with relief. That was close. Mulanhua held up the 1 film container left and gave a sad smile. If the one that was broken was the infrared film, then all our hard work was for nothing. That's still better than a bullet in your back. Open the box and see if the film is red. 50-50 chance. Mu Xisheng took the box and opened it. Mulanhua watched her nervously. It's red, both said quietly. A real smile now appeared on Mulanhua's face, and the car drove more smoothly. At this time, at least 7 or 8 people had run out of the alley. Just then, a car stopped at the alley entrance. The 7 or 8 people quickly hid in the dark. The car stopped, the door opened, and the happy Gao Xiang jumped out. The people hiding in the dark came out. Gao Xiang saw that everyone had gone and was shocked. Officer Sun was among them. He stepped forward and said, Mr. Gao, there was a small problem here just now. Inspector Chen is waiting for you. Oh, I see. Who would be brave enough to cause trouble with such a strong enemy? We don't know yet. Officer San clearly didn't want to say more. Mr. Gao, please. Gao Xiang followed Officer San to the building. Huh? Why is the ground so wet and slippery? He noticed this as soon as he stepped inside. Double quotes. Officer San was very embarrassed. The rooftop water tank was leaking, so the ground is wet. So that's it, Gao Xiang xianged, looking very relaxed. Soon, he was led into a fancy room, which was a study. 2 people were already sitting there, Inspector Chen Jiali and a very short man.